Sunny International Raceway. We just finished filming some stuff here that you will see, but what I want to tell you is that you're about to watch the video that we shot earlier in Greece in Ceres. But in case you missed this track day where you could have a taxi lap with me, you can join at the end of the month on 28th of February, and the Sunday after we'll be doing exactly the same. So join us. You can have passenger rides with me. You can also drive yourself, track speed cars, or simply come and hang out. Check out the link in the video description. And now you guys enjoy the video where we test our 992 GT3 kit, and we are going to get some dinner, right?
Yep, we're gonna get some dinner.
Nice.
Welcome to very beautiful sunny Ceres in Greece. You already know this car that had already 2 consecutive seasons of taxi with me and track speed on the Nürburgring, but now we are in Greece because today we will be doing something very special. We will be showcasing, testing, benchmarking our Vulcan Alpha kit against stock. The future shots of this video will look a bit different because the front splitter is stuck in customs. So I will have to fly back to Croatia and then at some point fly back here next week probably to Ceres so we can have the actually full comparison. But hey, it's a good excuse to come here and enjoy all the grilled lamb and ouzo, of course. Big disclaimer, I'm actually quite slow because I gained probably 10 kilos. From the last few days that I've been here. Motivates me to go faster, or actually motivates us better to build faster cars. Anyway, the car has received something else. For all the extra downforce, we went extra mile, and together with old friends of mine, JRZ Suspension, we have now Vulcan Alpha bespoke active suspension. Now, what does active mean? You see there are actually wires going from here. So traditionally speaking, you would have an adjuster here to change the compression, rebound, low speed, high speed, etc. You can still change them on external reservoirs, so you can actually do something manually here, yes. But here not. But for that we grabbed Julian. You installed the kit the whole night, so thank you very much for that.
Don't worry.
Was it difficult, complicated?
Basically just normal suspension swap, with added that we had to put the ECU that the suspension comes with.
SCU, suspension control unit.
Yes.
Not engine control unit.
And route a couple of cables from the dampers.
And you have also the special GPS sensor that, or something Alabras told me.
There is a little ECU that all 4 dampers connect to. It measures all kind acceleration, deceleration, yaw, so all movements that the car makes, and it all comes together
in the app. So we have here 3 different modes that you can pre-program and save them as each. So you can have a default, comfort and sport, or in our case we would probably have Nürburgring dry, Nürburgring wet, and GP track, something much more harder or something. Then you go to damping and you can change the hardness and softness of the front and the rear axle.
Exactly.
Pitch and dive, so how much the car would go.
Yes.
Is it on softness or hardness? So especially good under braking. When you go under braking, you want the car be more softer if you want to, for some reason, have the back end kick out. Roll, left and right as well, individual setting. And diagnostics. And you can actually see what everything is doing. So I guess if you hold the phone, and if I move the car. All right, so and what did we see? Like what?
You see X-axis, Y-axis and Z-axis, which is like this and this, and it goes, it's just values. It just gives it out in values.
Oh, cool. I spoke to the engineers. Basically, what you could theoretically do is connect the system to your ECU that's connected to the GPS sensor of your ECU, and that if you're going on the Döttinger Höhe, on the straight, the car will be hard. You're entering Hatzenbach, it makes it a bit softer. You're going again out of Flugplatz, but that's something like way too complicated, but it's possible, of course. If you want to have the system be super active based on the position where you're on track, could be nice. And actually I did not film, unfortunately, when the first time I went out in the car, but it was insane. The amount of grip that the car now has, also that the top mounts allow us extra camber. I think on the front we run like what, 4 degrees?
Yes, 4 degrees.
4 degrees of front camber. That's basically pretty much a cup car. So we have now full race car level suspension geometry combined also with suspension secrets components. By now, actually, funny enough, it feels like everything is so much faster and better that we now need to like have like those cup car brakes or full slick tires. Anyway, enjoy now the stock laps versus lap with the full kit. Yeah, you could definitely see steam coming out of my mouth because it's very cold. And we're still in Ceres. Actually, we're again in Ceres with our 992 GT3. You've seen the wing, which is quite sturdy. You can actually probably put 2 people on it. But as mentioned previously, this front splitter was stuck in customs, but guess what? It has been released in customs. That's why we jumped on the plane to actually test the full Vulcan Alpha kit here in Ceres again. But unfortunately, it's very cold, so the track temperatures were not there. For the sake of the continuity, Lapo, would you like to join me? Look, also this guy joined us.
Hello.
So just, yeah, cleaner because it's a brand new product, and ta-da, look at that. Actually, no problem, yeah. We've done today testing, and the car is faster. More importantly, the car is now as a whole, like it functions in one, there is like no understeer, it's super sharp, super direct. As mentioned, it's cold. It's sub 10 degrees. It's actually winter temperatures. The tires do not work properly. And to be more precise, the tires are actually old because we're running the same rears as the last time. So they are completely done. So all the driver excuses, but we want to be really transparent with you and show you like how you develop, design and test kits. The most important thing is that, again, as mentioned, even in bad conditions, the car is considerably faster. Overall, it's definitely a big success. We're definitely going to be back, but a couple of few things to mention before I'm going to give it over to Lapo with some technical information is that today I also drove another 992 GT3 with 555 horsepower with remap, different headers from ES Motor, Öhlins suspension, ceramic brakes. So the overall package was faster, but it had no AERO, and I was 2 seconds slower than this. I didn't go below 123 with that car. So it shows great power comes great responsibility, but on track, definitely AERO helps. That was very cool to see. My goal for today was actually go sub 1 minute 20, like towards 118 territory, because the record on this track with a Porsche is actually, I believe, 117.8. You can find a 118 on board online with the 992 GT3 RS MR, which is an extremely fast car, as you all know it. So to be actually already in that territory of that car is actually quite a success. Yeah. We actually now start running into very interesting limitations. And first of all, it's the tire.
Yeah, we are overwhelming it.
Overwhelming it, because on the front we have a look. We have still the stock sizes, 255, whereas the GT3 RS is running 275, so 20 mil wider. And with the extra camber, with almost 4 degrees of camber, we can now definitely fit a thicker wheel and tire in it to actually benefit from more front grip. So that will definitely make the car significantly faster, and this is what it definitely needs, because the front is actually getting overwhelmed with all the downforce. But already super happy The kit is stable, the kit is really sharp. It's just like, unfortunately, yeah, we cannot influence the weather because it was either this or we're going into winter break, and I really wanted to finish this video to show how the whole thing works, and also myself, I was super curious. So we will be back, but already now we've shown you how the kit works. It should be pretty obvious. Also, another feature, previous canards were 3D printed. These ones now we have the final production version, which is carbon fiber. Previous canards also suffered a bit of damage because I clipped one of the pions were cones.
Oh,
and
that's what it was.
exactly.
I said, oh, I don't know what happened. They just
Sure.
flew off.
So the canard broke, but the tape stayed on, which is good. This means that, well, we already tested them on the Nürburgring and everything on a high-speed section of 280 kilometers per hour, so it worked. So yeah, next step is change the wheels / tires. So we're gonna have more tire to work with because that's what the car is definitely asking for. Maybe even over fenders, because the Cup cars run these fenders wider with over fenders to put a massive front slicks in, but they do not have the front splitter. So the car is actually generating much more downforce than the Cup car. So there is that. Would you like to add something about the front splitter, like from a technical point of view?
So we moved the front aero balance way forward with adding the splitter. This will increase load on the front axle, and thus you would, I think you felt how more sharp the car is.
Absolutely.
But also because the wing is designed also to work with the front aero design, you would feel also the rear start working a bit better, and the front kit also affects how effective the rear wing is, because it's also going to make the diffuser work better because we have less obstruction and a more smooth body design of the kit. Also, the front diffuser tunnels are way longer, so it's a more progressive bend. This will create a more efficient downforce curve than the stock one, which they have a really sharp, which they work, but it's less effective, also high speed. So with this kit, the faster you go, the more load you're going to get, of course, but it's also going to be more efficient at higher speeds. So for example, Spa, you would see even higher gains because you have higher speed corners. Here it's not that fast of a track. There's quite good bends, but for example, this one is very banked.
Yeah.
So this track is more focused on low speed aero, and also a bit more power because it's all basically going from corner to corner. So
I do want to say, like, here you do have like still two very fast corners. The turn one, it's very fast. There we were getting lots of more turn in because and also when you hit the brakes after the straight, it starts scraping and creates sparks. That's always very cool. So the turn one, and also one of the last corners there, previously with all the high speed, the car would understeer slightly, whereas now it's actually like really planted. You're actually now missing a bit of front tire.
I think you don't have
just Greek things, someone just vibing.
Usually with a brand new setup, you need time. So I think from February when you're gonna come back probably and do more laps.
Just Greek things, part 2.
Labros. The first outing, it takes time to fine tune everything. We have new suspension on, brakes, tires. The car needs, let's say, to be tuned in on itself. Either way, we got an improvement in worse conditions and with more stuff to tweak. So I think suspension tweaks, maybe geometry tweaks a little bit at the front for this track. I think maybe a bit more toe out at the front will benefit and a bit less toe in the back. What do you think?
It's up to driver preferences, but I think, the setup should be a bit more aggressive.
Yeah.
But in general, the feeling of the car and the handling of the car feels completely different than the stock one. And no matter if it's low speed, high speed, you can feel it's much more planted. Car on the limit. Braking is also affected. The distance is shortened, but also the confidence under high speed braking is improved.
It was actually, I need to add to that, I was actually under braking today or over braking too much, because I was using the same braking markers as I was doing last week, but now with more downforce on the front, you have more grip, so it brakes much harder. So I was using the same markers. I'm like, no, I'm missing now the corner speed. Great. And yeah, so it's
That's the, you know, we need to get in tune with the car, and you know, you don't have a million laps here, so I think the more time and
Also this mode is driver mode. Like you need to trust the car, balance it, and the driver needs to extract the optimum, but you have very few laps here, so it only makes sense.
One thing that we want to say, aside from the fact that you of course can buy and order this kit already for a while, but now it has proven itself because we have finally nailed the production version of everything. One thing that I want to say is that, first of all, we'll be back here in
28th of February and 1st of March. That weekend we're gonna do like what we did now. Taxi lap and track day, very few participants, quality time on the track, and of course fast laps with the famous green car.
And also, well, the coming year, the dates are out for the Nürburgring Taxi, so check them out if you want to have some very fast laps. Like, we're not allowed to talk about lap time, so that's what we've been doing this whole video. But on the ring last year with the stock car with no AERO, we're doing like already 7:15, 7:20 with passenger, easy pace. I think this is now like gonna be definitely like an easy, comfortable sub-7 car. Of course, when the circumstances allow. But
this is perfect. If you can get in tune with the car here, then it's only a matter of changing some of the setup at the Nürburgring, and then it's only gonna be even better.
It's gonna be nice. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this like hour-long video. As Lovers said, let's go eat something.